up to date with the Lancer Lowdown.
Welcome to the Lancer Lowdown. I am Katie.
And I'm Tavian.
Tavian, you know how all human beings are smart in two different ways. We are IQ smart and EQ smart.
That's right. IQ, or intelligence quotient, is our school smarts, or how much material we know.
Yes, people who have a high IQ are very smart individuals like Albert Einstein, Benjamin Franklin, and Thomas Edison.
The letters EQ stand for emotional quotient. This is our emotional intelligence, or our self-smarts and people smarts.
Both IQ and EQ are necessary to have well-balanced life, just like our physical bodies grow. So are IQ and EQ.
This is the EQ/IQ bike. The front tire represents our EQ and the back tire represents our IQ.
Yes, the front wheel steers the bike, takes you where you want to go. The back wheel drives the bike, it's connected to the chain and the power to the bike. It pushes at the speed you want to travel. The same is true with the EQ and our IQ.
Our EQ steers our life. It takes us to where we want to go.
While our IQ powers our life, it is the power that drives us how fast we go. We have control of the front wheel when we grab the handlebars.
By taking control of our EQ, we can steer our life in the direction we want to go.
Speaking of taking control, we are now going live to the gym to see where the philosophy is in action.
It's Brooke Moore live on the scene of the race, and I'm here with Miss Kilberg, one of the competitors. How do you balance your EQ and IQ in this race?
Well, Brooke, I want to start by saying thank you so much for inviting me to be in this competition. Thank you for interviewing me today. It's an honor. How do I balance my EQ and IQ? I would say that for me, the whole time I've been in school, something that I've tried to keep in mind that my parents did a really good job of instilling in me was that the most important thing, more important than what you know or what you do, is who you are. And so whenever I'm learning anything new, I'm constantly just trying to ask myself, first of all, what does God say about this, and how does this allow me to better know Him, love Him, and serve Him? So everything I'm learning or doing, I'm trying to do in the frame of who God is and understanding that better. So that's one thing that has helped me in school to balance EQ and IQ, so knowing that both of these things can help me to be the person that God has created me to be. And then as far as just finding balance in my life, what helps me to do that really well is prioritizing prayer and Mass and the Rosary in a special way. And then spending time with people who love me, like my friends and my family, and just reminding myself to laugh, which you all help me with a lot.
And what are your tactics for this race?
Oh, just for the race today?
Yes.
So my main goal is to be able to get my thighs in that seat. And as far as the race goes, I'm hoping to not fall. And I wouldn't consider myself a big athlete, so I don't know how this is going to go considering I'm competing against Mr. Dole. But I just want to not tip the bike, really.
Thank you, Miss Kilberg.
Yeah, thank you.
How do you balance your EQ and IQ?
Thanks, Brooke. One of the biggest things for me is I exercise. I like to exercise, work out, stretch. But also, I'm a big C.S. Lewis fan, and one of my favorite things he talks about is keeping first things first. And so, kind of like Miss Kilberg said, I always trying to frame my day, my activities in terms of keeping the ultimate first, which would be God. And so I try to keep first things first.
And how did you prepare for this race?
Stretching. I'm stretching and a lot of mental exercises. I know Miss Kilberg likes to get into people's head, so I was really preparing for that mentally, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Dole. And welcome to the amazing Lancer Lowdown bicycle race. On your marks, get set, go!
This is not going to be a... Oh, I think I just got a rhythm.
How are you doing that?
Winner of the race, Miss Kilberg, how did you do it?
So I think my greatest asset in this race was the fact that I'm much shorter than Mr. Dole, so I found a rhythm somewhere in the middle where I'm sure it was not flattering, but I just found a way to get my bike moving.
There you go.
Wow, that was exciting.
Definitely.
And now for something completely different.
up to date with the